So recently, 2K ANZ, Australia, New Zealand, for those playing at home, hit me up and offered me the chance to play a little limited beta of WWE 2K Battlegrounds. And as you can see here on your screen, one-on-one, tornado tag, all of the match types you can do. There was only 2 unlocked for me for this beta. And so I made the most of what I could do. I tried to show every character that was available to me. There was only 4 women available to play on this closed beta. And I've got to say, like, you guys know me by now, I'm not that massive on sort of the arcade style. I know we did some stuff with Fire Pro and all that sort of thing. So initially I was a little bit skeptical about Battlegrounds and, like, you know, with the release of 2K20 and all that sort of thing. Maybe my opinion was a little bit soured, but this kind of went a little bit of a way to restoring a little bit of faith for me. Honestly, like, you have to look at this from a different sort of perspective. You can't look at 2K Battlegrounds like you look at 2K20 or, you know, 2K21, 22, 19, whatever. You have to look at it with sort of a different mindset. And that's the way I went in. And you can see I'm playing as Ronda Rousey here. One thing that I sort of noticed initially is, like, how much is going on and how great the surroundings look and how, like, cool the shed looks and all the interactions you can have around the arena and all that sort of stuff. And I actually really enjoyed my time playing it. Now, I only got to play sort of by myself. I think this game is ideally sort of, you have to play it with other people. I think it's just going to always be better with your friends. Like, if you can get 3 of your friends in a fatal 4-way match and just beat the hell out of each other with chairs and all that sort of thing. I think that's definitely going to be the way. Online is going to be the way forward with this game for sure. You can see I pick up that barrel. And the AI is quite smart. They will run away from you. See how Sasha comes back towards me when I'm not holding a weapon? The AI will actually run away from you when you have a weapon, which I thought was pretty cool. Then you see Asuka tries to pick up the barrel. I think the character models, like, you know, for the standard of what it is, I think they look really good. I think they look better from a distance than they do sort of up close. But, like, you can see that. I think there was, like, a wick burning down on that drum or something. And then it eventually explodes, and that match sort of goes on. I think, as again, like, I played for probably like a couple of hours, and again, by myself, the game has a shelf life, I think, that's pretty short, like playing by yourself. Of course, there's no campaign mode, and I only had sort of 2 game modes to choose from, so that changes a lot of stuff. But, like, you can see I'm going through the roster here. I think the character models, for the most part, look really, really good. So now we'll set up a tag team cage match. Daniel Bryan, of course, your boy's going to go Daniel Bryan. And the entrances, I think, are pretty cool. They all explode out of the crate, which I don't really get why, but, like, you know, it is what it is. Daniel Bryan looking pretty good, and, like, you know, doing the yes thing. So yeah, like, I know a lot of people are probably going to criticize that the game feels a little bit out of date and that sort of thing. I reckon they will put different characters and stuff in, or updated characters. Like, the Fiend's looks awesome. Edge looks amazing as well. I really love the Edge model. Overall, like, as I said, you guys know me by now. I'm not someone who, like, I'm all about the sim titles. Like, you've seen the universe mode, you've seen all that sort of stuff. That's who I am. Like, that's what I prefer in my wrestling games, but I want to branch out on this channel. I want to try and do something different. You can see the Fiend looks absolutely sick. The cage match is actually a lot of fun, I will admit. I think, I'm playing as Daniel Bryan in this. You can clearly see I don't know what I'm doing. I didn't really look at the controls or read up or anything. So, no doubt, the better you are at the game, the more fun it will be as well, because you'll know how to interact better. But you can see it's just insanity all around. It's just craziness all around. Jeff Hardy going for the cash there. The Fiend sort of cutting him off. But yeah, it's again, you have to judge it differently. You can't look at this and say, well, it's not 2K19, it's not 2K20, because it isn't, and it's not trying to be that. It's just trying to be something different, something arcadey, something fun that you can play with your friends. And it's not, like, you know, Australian $100. It's not 100 Australian dollars. So, like, it's quite cheap. So, like, I sound like I'm doing a sales pitch. I'm really not. But for me, I can see myself playing this with, like, maybe some of you guys. Like, I'd like to do some subscriber videos where we all jump into a match, we jump in a Discord call, and maybe we just shoot the shit and throw each other around. But you can see the cage here lights up. I didn't get the opportunity while I was playing to throw someone into it while it was electrified because they kept reversing me. But overall, awesome experience, fun game, and I really liked my experience playing it. I really did, and I think a lot of you guys will as well. I really do. I think there is a lot of shelf life online playing against your friends. Obviously, there's a campaign mode. I'd love to check that out. Maybe we could do that as a little mini-series here where I run through the campaign mode and maybe I'll actually read the instructions. You can see the Fiend bailing on his boy here, but at least he goes on to win the match. That was what it's all about. But he gets out just before it gets electrified. I don't know what would have happened if he was on top of it when it was electrified. But again, guys, we have to take this with a grain of salt. Like, we're all the same. We're all in the same boat. We all love the Sim title. We all love that sort of stuff. But this is going to be a lot of fun. I can see it being a lot of fun once they sort of fix a couple of issues, which I think perhaps some of the moves are a little bit repetitive, I've noticed. I don't know if it was just me not learning the game, but there was a lot of repetitive moves. There was a lot of... there was a couple of crashes, I won't lie, but again, this is a very early beta. I'm sure they'll fix all of that sort of stuff before the game comes out. There was points where my controller wouldn't stop vibrating, which again, when you get like such a limited version, these sorts of things are probably bound to happen. You can see Andre looks great. I think the character models, honestly, except for maybe a couple of the women, look really good. But overall, like the overall presentation, I feel like is good. I think this is actually probably the most fun interaction that you'll have with an arena. Obviously, the infamous alligator or the crocodile, as we call it. I know they're two different things, but I'm not really great. I did not expect that. Obviously, I'm playing as Stone Cold. I'm carrying a chair to try and stalk someone with a chair, and I get absolutely laced by that massive thing on the side, the massive alligator. But yeah, you can see, look at this, like the Undertaker, like it's got such cool animations like that. Boom. And he laces me with the choke slam. He just tosses me back in the ring like I'm a piece of garbage. Yeah, my whole experience, very positive. Very positive. I was pleasantly surprised by how fun it is. I really was. I was pleasantly surprised by how fun it is. I'm looking forward to diving in and playing the full version. I got this on PC. I wouldn't mind getting it on Xbox. It's all cross-platform, obviously, so it doesn't matter what console you get it on or what system you get it on. Don't know what Andre was doing there with that massive fist into the ground, but yeah, again, my initial impressions of a very limited playtime, very limited game in terms of time that I was spent with it and in terms of game mode that I had access to early, very pleasantly surprised. And I think given the campaign mode, I think if that has legs, and I think if that has something that we can sink our teeth into, absolutely this could have legs. But I think the key to a game like this is going to be them adding some stuff in, new arenas. Obviously, we've seen the footage of the Created Arena. Don't know what happened to Andre there. He got thrown over and sort of got hung up in the air. There is a couple of targeting issues and that sort of thing, but it's such a manic game, it almost doesn't even matter because it's so crazy. And you're not really, like, you're playing to win, but you're not really playing, you know, like, seriously. You're just sort of having some fun trying to interact with the stuff that's around you. But overall, I would say a positive experience. And I was pleasantly surprised by the game. The entrance motions and that sort of thing that you can see here are really cool. I think for the price on what I've paid, it's really up to you, depending on what you sort of like as in your wrestling games. If you're not down with the arcade stuff, then it probably isn't worth it for you. But for me, I think it's definitely worth it. I can definitely see myself playing with it, making some videos potentially with you guys, and maybe setting up some subscriber battle royals and all that sort of stuff. I think it'd be cool for YouTube videos in the future. But overall, guys, I rate Battlegrounds. Honestly, I had a lot of fun with it. I think it may have a limited shelf life, but ultimately it's going to be down to what they add. But we'll see when the game releases shortly. Until then, from FYT13, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.